WCW cornerstone Sting, and the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith's bad blood with Big Van Vader and Sid Vicious persists, and has disintegrated into war games. Joining Sting and Smith are U.S. champion Dustin Rhodes and the Shockmaster to face the Masters of the Powerbomb, along with Colonel Robert Parker's Harlem Heat in the two-ring, double cage battle. WCW had ended its relationship with the National Wrestling Alliance by the fall of 1993, and the NWA title, renamed the WCW International World Heavyweight Championship and currently held by Nature Boy Ric Flair, is on the line versus Rick Rude. Ricky Steamboat defeated Paul Orndorff for the WCW television title at the previous Clash of the Champions and defends against Lord Steven Regal, while the Nasty Boys challenge Horsemen, Arn Anderson and Paul Roma for the World Tag Team Championships at Fall Brawl 93.
We do things because, well, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
In the opening match of the event, Ricky Steamboat defended the World Television Championship against Lord Steven Regal. Steamboat had sustained an injury and his ribs were bandaged because of it. Regal worsened the injury by targeting the already damaged ribs. Even though he was attacked, Steamboat rallied back with a flying crossbody on Regal, which caused additional harm to his ribs, and Regal's manager Sir William struck him in the ribs with an umbrella, enabling Regal to execute a German suplex to claim the title.
She talked about a concept called hibernation or cutting off.
Norris gains the upper hand and starts focusing on Sky's arm, prompting the crowd to chant, "Boring." Sky ultimately kicks Norris in the face and catches him off guard with a boot in the corner before delivering a chokeslam. He also takes down Charlie and performs a leg drop, but he fails to execute a flying knee drop. Norris then begins performing Tatanka's routine of engaging in a war dance and delivering numerous chops before executing a bicycle kick for the victory.
That's what will matter. That's what will dictate your happiness. Not that you were 5 for
Marcus Alexander Bagwell and Too Cold Scorpio competed against Paul Orndorff and the Equalizer in a tag team match. Orndorff and Equalizer dominated Bagwell throughout the earlier portion of the match until a brawl broke out between all the four men, during which Orndorff accidentally hit Equalizer, which allowed Scorpio to perform a 450-degree splash on Equalizer for the win. After the match, Orndorff and Equalizer attacked their opponents. In the upcoming match, Ice Train faced off against Shanghai Pierce, with his tag team partner Tex Slazenger present at ringside. Train controlled the match against Pierce for the entire duration, which prompted Slazenger to trip Train from behind in an effort to help Pierce secure a win, but Train countered their coordinated effort and executed a power slam on Pierce to claim the victory.
Your vision is defined and your actions support that.
The Four Horsemen members Arn Anderson and Paul Roma competed for the World Tag Team Championship against the Nasty Boys, Brian Knobbs and Jerry Saggs. The Nasty Boys had suggested they would bring a surprise for the Horsemen, and Missy Hyde was unveiled as their valet. The Nasty Boys controlled the champions for much of the match until Roma rallied and tagged in Anderson, at which point the Nasty Boys regained control once more. Roma tagged back in, allowing Anderson to execute an double A spinebuster, followed by Roma's diving splash. While the referee was preoccupied with removing Anderson from the ring, Saggs took advantage and landed a diving elbow drop on Roma to claim the titles. Next, Cactus Jack competed against Yoshi Kwan in a bounty match. Following some fighting between the pair, Race attempted to divert Jack's attention, but the interference misfired and Race was struck on the apron, enabling Jack to execute a double-arm DDT to secure victory and reclaim his bag. After the match, Jack suplexed Race in the ring and issued a challenge to Big Van Vader for a match at Halloween Havoc.
We've allowed to become our lives. The pressure of the outside world.
In the second-to-last contest of the event, Ric Flair defended the International World Heavyweight Championship against Rick Rude. Flair executed the figure 4 leg lock in the initial moments of the match, but Rude countered it by seizing the ropes. Flair subsequently employed an armbar to damage Rude's arm until Rude built up speed. Rude repeatedly provoked Flair's mate Fifi at ringside during the match, which resulted in Fifi eventually going to the backstage close to the conclusion of the match. Flair tried to apply a figure 4 leg lock on Rude, but Rude struck him with a set of brass knuckles to secure the championship.
Because, well, isn't that what you're supposed to do? Adhere to rules and processes and guidelines.
In the War Games match, the Shockmaster had his first appearance in the ring in WCW as the tag team partner of the Superpowers, Sting and Davey Boy Smith, and Dustin Rhodes against the masters of the Powerbomb, Sid Vicious and Big Van Vader, and Harlem Heat, Cole and Kane. Rhodes and Vader kicked off the match. Following a competitive encounter, Shockmaster came in as the final entrant of the match and promptly applied a bear hug on Cole, resulting in Cole submitting to the hold, which enabled Sting's team to claim victory in the match.
Temporarily leaving your day-to-day or your craft, so that all the have-tos.
Following Fall Brawl 93, Ricky Steamboat won a non-title rematch against Lord Steven Regal, and the two were then randomly assigned as tag team partners at Battle Bowl, where Steamboat attacked Regal and Sir William with their own umbrella. This resulted in Regal defending the World Television Championship against Steamboat at Starrcade, where Regal kept the title after the match concluded in a 15-minute time limit draw. Arn Anderson and Paul Roma got their rematch for the World Tag Team Championship against the Nasty Boys on an episode of WCW Saturday Night, in which the Nasty Boys retained the titles. They lost them to Marcus Alexander Bagwell and 2 Cold Scorpio, but reclaimed the titles the next night at Halloween Havoc, where Sting and Sid Vicious maintained their rivalry following Fall Brawl in a one-on-one match, and Harley Race's feud with Cactus Jack led to a Texas death match with Vader. Following the split of the Hollywood Blondes, Steve Austin would feud with his former partner, Brian Pillman, while on a collision course with Dustin Rhodes over the United States Championship. The British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, would continue to challenge Vader, culminating in apparent victory in his homeland England, but the decision was reversed. He remained in WCW until after Battle Bowl in November. Ric Flair would be unsuccessful in his quest to regain the WCW International World title from Rick Rude, but would be destined to challenge for Vader's WCW World Championship, while Rude's reign was ended in controversy between he and Sting in the spring of 1994.
But the ones who make the most of each step, each breath, they put themselves in position to live life differently. To accept the invitation to be who they truly are. To take their inspiration, their